Y'all get ready?
Yes, you get ready.
If you want the latest news in the streets, join us and tune in for the tea. Breaking news with integrity. So tell your friends and your family. It's the Lovelyti TV show, bringing you good tea and good vibes. It's the Lovelyti TV show. Be sure to share, like, and subscribe.
Hey tea sippers, good morning, happy Saturday. I hope everybody's doing good today. So I am back with another reaction video. So one of the things I do want to talk about today is last night I went on a dinner date, honey. I had a good time. But of course, after dinner, you know us, we get itis. And so I was knocked out sleep. But then when I woke up this morning, I saw that I had a lot of messages, texts, DMs, and everything else letting me know that Jay-Z's rape accuser, the woman who said she was 13 years old at the VMA party, who said that Jay-Z and Diddy assaulted her, she is speaking to NBC News. So this is causing a lot of controversy because folks are saying that there's some inconsistencies in her story. Now, I have not watched this yet, so you're going to get my live reaction here. We're going to watch this video together. It's about 5 minutes long. I don't play here on my channel. I'm all about integrity, and I'm going to show all parts, okay? So let's go ahead and watch this video concerning this victim. She's anonymous. She's not showing her face, but she is speaking to the mainstream media. So let's check this out.
You should always advocate for yourself and be a voice for yourself. You should never let what somebody else did ruin or run your life.
A 38-year-old mother from Alabama who has filed a lawsuit accusing Sean Diddy Combs and Jay-Z of raping her when she was 13 years old is speaking out to NBC News for the first time. She asked us not to reveal her identity.
What made you want to come forward and talk today?
Because I think that I've been quiet long enough about what I've been through, and it's been hard enough to be quiet. But it's a chapter of my life that I'd like to close.
An NBC News review of her account found inconsistencies with her allegations. She says that she went to the MTV Video Music Awards in 2000 to catch a glimpse of her favorite celebrities.
You weren't scared to be all alone?
No, with having autism is like feeling like you live your life in a shatterproof juggle ball. The world's on fire. The fire is inside the...
Okay, I have to pause this. I'm not trying to be funny or disrespectful, but this woman sounds kind of slow, kind of off. She's saying that she has autism. That makes a big difference to me because people who have children who are autistic or, you know, may have like, you know, developmental delays and stuff like that, you're a bit more protective of your children. You're not really going to just let your children just run wild just because you know that they can get into trouble. People may not understand that they might have a disability because, you know, they look perfectly fine and they may not understand that they're not comprehending things. People may go off on them, snap on them. They can find themselves in danger. So a lot of times people who have like autistic children or children who are on the spectrum, they're a bit more cautious. They're a bit more, they stay on top of their kids. This was not an 18-year-old running the streets. This was a 13-year-old. So I don't know. This is weird to me. We're going to continue.
The ball with you, but there's no way for you to get out.
In addition to having autism, the woman says she suffered a head injury. The night of the 2000s VMAs, she says a friend drove her from Rochester, New York to Manhattan, a more than 5-hour drive. Her attorney provided NBC News with the name of the friend who has since died. The woman says she spoke to Combs's limo driver who offered her a ride to an after party.
I stumbled upon Diddy's driver who told me that I was exactly what Diddy was looking for.
What did you think when he said that to you?
Okay, so the friend drove her 5 hours to a VMA event and the girl is autistic? That is odd. I assume when a friend is driving, you know, another friend, right? Let's say, you know, you're 13 and you have a friend in the neighborhood who's 16 or 17 and they have their license. The most they'll drive you is maybe 30 minutes, maybe an hour. It's usually like up the street to the mall. So I had assumed that maybe she lives near Manhattan. And the friend, dropped her off. Hey, I'm on my way to work. I can drop you off real quick at the VMAs. Have a good time. A 5-hour trip? So you mean to tell me the friend drove her 5 hours from upstate New York and didn't want to go too? I mean, fuck it. We've been in this car for 5 hours. Can I get in? Do you got an extra VMA ticket for me? Think about it. That's gas money. That's wear and tear and miles on a car. This is very strange. And then the friend just, conveniently died. Well, rest in peace to the friend, but okay, let's continue.
I thought it meant that I was just pretty.
She went to a White House, she says, where she spoke to musicians Benji Madden and his brother.
I'm talking to Benji Madden about his tattoo because, I have about his tattoo that's the Last Supper because I have a religious background. So it was just something to talk about.
In a statement to NBC News, a representative of the Maddens confirmed that they did not attend the 2000 VMAs and that they were on tour in the Midwest at the time. At the after party, she says she had a drink that made her feel woozy. Then she...
Okay, inconsistency number one. So Benji Madden and his twin brother, they were very popular back then in the 2000s. They are confirming that they weren't there. They were on tour. So, ding, 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 alarm bells ringing off my head. How did you have this conversation with him about y'all's religious affinity and his tattoo if he wasn't there? And they have receipts showing that they were on tour. Let's continue.
She says Combs and Carter took turns raping her while a female celebrity watched.
Jay-Z comes in and rapes me. He at that point I was fighting, trying to get away from him, and he put his hand over my mouth and told me to stop it, cut the.
After the alleged rape, she says she ran to a gas station where she called her father, who picked her up and drove her home.
We rode home in silence. He didn't ask me what happened. He didn't ask.
Okay, hold up. So we already established that she came from 5 hours away. So you mean to tell me her daddy drove from 5 hours away in upstate New York to come pick up the daughter and didn't ask any questions? And my daughter's autistic? First of all, you're 13, you're autistic. How the fuck did you get to Manhattan? Who brought you down here 5 hours away? And the whole time as a father, if I'm driving for 5 hours to go get my child, I would have called the police, because what is my autistic child doing 5 hours away from home? Who would pick up their child and just drive back a total of 10 hours? It took them 5 hours to get there, 5 hours to get back in silence. That does not make any sense to me.
Ask me what I did or where I was.
In an interview with NBC News, her father said he could not verify the claims. Quote, "I felt like I would remember that, and I don't. I have a lot going on, but I mean, that's something that would definitely stick in my mind," he said. When we asked...
Okay, come on. Where's my... Bitch, where is... Objection. So you mean to tell me even the daddy don't remember this 5-hour trip back home? He doesn't remember the 5-hour trip to go rescue his autistic daughter? What is really going on here? This is ridiculous.
The woman about the contradictions in a phone interview on Friday, she said that she stands by her statements. "I have made some mistakes," she said. "Honestly, what is the clearest is what happened to me." The inconsistencies in her account of an incident alleged to have happened 24 years ago does not necessarily mean the allegations are false. The accuser's attorney, Tony Busby, said, "Because we have interrogated her intensely, she has even agreed to submit to a polygraph. This has been extremely distressing for her, to the point she has experienced seizures and had to seek medical treatment due to the stress." In a statement to NBC News, Sean Carter said this incident didn't happen, and yet he filed it in court and doubled down in the press. "True justice is coming. We fight from victory, not for victory."
Is any part of you scared coming out against such powerful people?
Yeah, I'm scared of what could happen, but I'm more afraid of letting it eat me alive from the inside out than I am of, being chastised by their fans.
All right, Chloe Malas joining us now live. Chloe, we just heard a very strongly worded statement from Jay-Z. What else are you hearing from him and his team?
Yes, so his attorney said that they're going to ask the court to, quote, dismiss this frivolous case. And also moments ago, we heard from Diddy's legal team, and I want to read you some of what they said. They said, quote, this is the beginning of the end of this shameful money grab. And remember, he remains behind bars at Brooklyn's Metropolitan Detention Center, and his criminal trial begins in May.
All right, very thorough reporting there, Chloe. Thank you.
Okay. That was some BS. I don't know if they're manipulating this lady, because you can tell she's clearly off. The way she speaks, you know, you could tell I don't feel like she's all there. That's just me keeping it real. If you take offense to that, I apologize. She doesn't come off to me like she has all of her mental faculties, okay? The father can't verify anything. The friend is supposedly dead. What is Tony Busby doing here? At the end of the day, this should have been thoroughly vetted before you come out to the press and put this out there. And my thing is, why is she doing interviews if there's inconsistencies in her story? So now, as of this morning, Jay-Z has put out another statement. So I'm going to go ahead and read to you guys the statement that Jay-Z put out on Twitter today. So Jay-Z says, today's investigative report proves that this attorney, Busby, filed a false complaint against me in the pursuit of money and fame. The incident didn't happen, yet he filed it in court and doubled down in the press. True justice is coming. We fight from victory, not for victory. This was over before it began. This 1-800 lawyer does not realize it yet, but soon. Then they go on to say this. It is stunning that a lawyer would not only file such a serious complaint without proper vetting, but would make things worse by further peddling this false story in the press. We are asking the court to dismiss this frivolous case today, and will take up the matter of additional discipline for Mr. Busby and all lawyers that have filed the complaint. And that came from his lawyer, Alex Sparrow. So this entire situation is extremely disturbing. And like I said, this is where we have to be responsible as journalists. If you're going to report the accusations, you also have to come back and report this as well. So if people are not running to report this part of it, they're being very biased and they're not being very truthful. The problem with a lot of these cases that's bothering me, and if you guys have been on my channel for any length of time, you know I don't play that when it comes to people who lie, people who make up stuff. Matter of fact, the first lady that was suing Diddy, the one who said that Diddy and Diddy's bodyguard had raped her, and it came out that she was this was like a money grab. Remember, I said this 9 weeks ago, and I stand by this. Let me go ahead and pull up my Instagram page here. She was trying to sue Diddy for a lot of money, and then basically the ex-boyfriend came out and blasted her. So this is what was going on back on October 8th. So they're stating here that the ex-boyfriend of Talia Graves, who has sued Diddy Combs, is accusing her of attempting to bribe him with $3 million if he vouched for her claims that she made against the rap impresario. Graves, on September 24th, filed a lawsuit in New York federal court claiming that the music mogul and the head of security, Joseph Sherman, raped her and recorded it on video at his New York recording studio in 2001. Graves said the ex-boyfriend told her late last year following the lawsuit raised by Combs' ex, Cassie, which was settled in a day, and informed her that the rapper had recorded the incident and shown it to others and sold it as pornography. Graves' ex-boyfriend provided TMZ with the text messages from November 2023 in which she said she was going to pursue litigation against Combs because he's the one that has the money, okay? This was my response to this foolishness. And y'all know I'm not a Diddy fan, but I am fair. I said if it comes out that she lied about this entire case, throw her in jail. I have said this time and time again. Start charging these liars and lock them up for the same amount of time that a rapist would get. Once we hold them accountable, all of this clout chasing will cease. Diddy has done a lot. There's no reason for people to start making up stories for a check. Shaking my head. And of course, I only got 26 likes because, you know, the lie is always juicier than the truth, okay? And when you hold people accountable for their lies, that's not as sexy. So that has always been my stance. I don't care if we're dealing with the general public or celebrities. Y'all also remember how I felt about the R. Kelly case, that there were a lot of clout chasers like Faith and others.
No, that Faith needs to get her ass checked. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to check her motherfucking ass.
who were willing participants in the fuckery, Drea Kelly as well, who knew what was going on, who were okay with it as long as they were benefiting from the lifestyle. But once shit started to roll downhill, they all wanted to jump ship and then play victim, which in turn convoluted it with the real victims in the R. Kelly situation. So I feel like if this woman is lying, if Tony Busby is lying and pushing this narrative, there should be consequences for both of them. Once we start holding liars accountable, all of this foolishness will cease. Because what's bothering me with this whole situation is that you have a lot of people who are also clout chasing. And the problem is you have a lot of platforms who are platforming people who are now coming out to be seen as liars. Okay? There are women out here who are just making up stuff to go viral and people are platforming them. Such as the woman who claims that she was at these Diddy parties. Now she's coming out talking about Beyonce and Matthew Knowles. Let's watch this real quick. So let's watch this video. Now she was on a YouTuber's platform. That's how she blew up. And now she's out here talking about Beyonce's dad buying cat. And I've seen so many other videos of her online. She sounds like she's high half the time. It's just getting ridiculous at this point.
In the future, when I ended up working for Puffy at his private white parties, I was also announced as Sasha. Beyonce didn't start going by Sasha until 2008 or 2009 when she started dating Jay-Z. That persona was me. And after she did that, that's when I sent my homegirl in on her daddy. And her daddy made a baby with her. And then Beyonce's parents got a divorce. Her daddy was flying us back and forth from LA to New York, ex-trafficking us. I told him that she was going to try to get pregnant, and he said, I'm Matthew Knowles. I can't get AIDS or get a girl pregnant.
And that's the foolishness that I'm talking about. Let's also not forget this other lady who also said that she was the girl in the DNG shirt that Diddy assaulted in the studio. But us with common sense knows that that girl in the DNG shirt is a white woman. And we were talking about this on the Discord back on the 27th, that this woman's story was full of bullshit and full of holes. So I'm going to go ahead and bring you guys into my Discord. We were having this conversation back on November 27th when the alleged Diddy victim did an interview and went viral. And we were talking about this, and I knew it was bullshit from day one. And it's just sad that these people are constantly being platformed and muddying the waters. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys this conversation that we were having in the Discord. And as you see, Mika had posted this. Mika said the lady that did that interview with that YouTuber was lying. She's not even the girl in the picture. So I replied back to her. This was November 27th at 9:45 a.m. I said, I don't have to watch this video. I believe 100% she's a fraud. I watched it and I'm like, she's literally repeating scenes from Blink Twice. Nothing in my spirit vibes with her. Plus the girl from the DNG picture is a white girl. Folks need to stop platforming anyone with the story to tell. I clicked off mid-interview. I couldn't take it. Mika says, right, when she mentioned the snake venom, I was like, hold up, that's from Blink Twice. Shake my head. The way she was crying and carrying on, I almost believed her. I said, I'm a good reader of bullshit. I watched her cry with a straight face. I felt absolutely nothing. That is the way I responded when Meg Thee Stallion or Krishan cry. I feel nothing. They are very deceptive people with chaotic low vibrational energy. When it's genuine, the empath in me will literally start crying like it's my own story. Sometimes I get physically sick and I have to take a break because I'm so drained and I feel the true spiritual connection with the person talking. I felt absolutely nothing for this woman while watching and listening. I was shocked by how the comments were eating it up. I knew she was lying. I clicked off and I slept like a baby, shaking my head. Any other time after hearing some mess like that, I wouldn't be able to sleep. Okay? So we just went on, and then she replied back and said that there was a part 3 coming. And I was just like, child, with the, whatever face emoji. But again, this was back on the 27th. We were calling this bullshit out in the Discord. And then looky. 3 days ago, she had to come out and admit that she was lying. Why? 6 days before that, the real victim that I said back on November 27th, I said the girl in the DNG shirt was a white woman. I said that back on November 27th. And then 6 days ago, on December 8th, weeks after I called this out in the Discord, this white lady comes out, and basically they're saying that the ex-wife of NHL star Evander Kane has publicly revealed herself as one of Sean Diddy Combs' earliest sexual assault accusers. Anna Kane, who was married to him from 2018 till 2021, was the fourth woman to step forward and accuse the disgraced rapper of sexually assaulting her. Now, the crazy thing is she had to come out and reveal herself because this lunatic has been platformed and had been going around saying that she was the girl in the DNG shirt. So she eventually had to come out and say that it wasn't true. So we're going to listen to some of this mess right here.
Apologize for the misled information about the DNG shirt. I knew that me coming out saying that was being a DNG shirt, that's someone else's case. So I knew that I could not say that. That's why I didn't want Adria to go live and say anything about the DNG shirt. I want to apologize to the Jane Doe victim. I never said her story was my story. I've been through things she has been through.
This lady's a liar. If you watch some of the, because I couldn't stomach the interview. I don't like people playing in my face. She claimed a lot of the story and made it as her. She even said that Blink Twice, one of them, her or Adria, said that Blink Twice was made after their story. Even though this was something that Zoe Kravitz made. And I clocked her tea in my Menendez Brothers deep dive that I did with the deviancy surrounding Zoe Kravitz and Will Smith's son, Jaden Smith. So Zoe Kravitz isn't innocent either, okay? But anyhow, this was my response here. I said, and this is why I refuse to let randoms on my platform. Anyone who believed her tall tales was gullible as fuck. That was my response 3 days ago. So we have to start holding foolishness accountable, because when it comes to legal stuff, this isn't just tea. This isn't just tea being spilled. This is things that have the trajectory to change people's real lives, ruin people's real reputations, and things like that. And I think what's going to start happening with these cases and with a lot of these YouTubers that are platforming bullshit and they know it's bullshit, they're doing it for views and clicks. I think what's going to happen is people like Jay-Z, they're going to start coming after these YouTubers. They're going to start coming after these platforms. And in my live stream the other day, somebody had sent a super chat and they were saying that Jaguar Wright has been going around arguing with YouTubers and changing her story. Because she came out a few months ago and said that Jay-Z had put, I guess, a pow-pow to her head and art her. And then the mainstream outlets picked it up because the Star Report was reporting on it a few days ago. So it started going viral. And now she's walking back a lot of these claims. So a lot of people feel like she may be getting sued because why would she be all of a sudden walking back all these claims when she's been on the Blue Couch talking about Jay-Z? She's been on the Piers Morgan show. So it's getting really, really messy out here. So this is what is being reported as of yesterday, the 13th. They're saying Jay-Z's legal team is reportedly preparing a lawsuit against Jaguar Wright. Okay. According to Media Takeout, and again, take that with a grain of salt, Media Takeout, Wright has retracted all negative statements about the rapper, asserting that any such comments attributed to her were manipulated or edited, possibly with AI. Facing legal pressure, she now denies ever making salacious remarks against the hip-hop star. The alleged lawsuits against the vocalist comes after she made explosive allegations against Jay-Z and his wife, Beyonce, on Piers Morgan's. We reported that earlier in the year. Let's see here. We already talked about that. But she had an interview with a guy named AT2, and she's basically switching up her stance and yelling at him. So a lot of people are saying that she must be running scared at this point. So we're going to listen to a little bit of this.
Okay, I think this is Jag. Hello, Jag, is this you?
You know it's me. You're pathetic. And I just want to let you know this. That chopped and screwed bullshit you just played that Star edited up and doctored up from that live that I did with Essie Berry and Tiffany Haddish, you are now publishing a lie. You
No,
know,
I
when
just
Star,
chopped it to repeat
excuse
it,
me,
where you said Sean
no, 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 no,
Carter.
no. You chopped and screwed it because everything that you just played wasn't in concession. It was not consecutive. Y'all took that and mixed it up and screwed it up. But that's okay because the story that Star is trying to convince all of you to run with about me saying that Sean Carter did that to me, that wasn't Sean Carter. The man that did that to me, his name was Trevor Green. He was
But you said
Jamaican.
Sean
And he was
Carter in the
no,
video.
I did not. That was edited because you did not play the whole thing. Don't worry about it. Storm
I
sent me the clip himself. Storm sent me the clip himself.
still did Storm chop and screw it because it came from his channel.
Once again, I called Storm live. Maybe you should go over to my live and watch the live we just did where we addressed this in the
Well, I
live.
don't want you to strike me, or I would.
You're gonna get struck for this anyway because what you're doing is sharing disinformation. I'm glad you think it's funny.
No,
You
well,
realize?
how you
Do you
said
realize?
Big L
Do you
fucks better than
do
Sean
you
Carter.
realize?
How do you?
Do you do you realize what
Can you
y'all did
speak to what
tonight?
happened on my channel then? If you
Do
don't
you
want, if you're
realize?
saying that was doctored,
Do you realize what you just did tonight? What you and Star and all of you lying weirdos just did tonight? To address
Jag,
that?
go. Are
No,
you
no,
saying
no.
it's AI?
To a- to address that? Are you fucking kidding me?
We're not going to watch the whole thing. Y'all can go to his channel and watch it. If you watch the clip that was on Storm Monroe's channel, it was not edited. She said it was Sean Carter. Star is a grown man. Okay, Star is in his 60s. He doesn't have time to mix and chop and screw. This came out of her mouth. She said it was Sean Carter. And the guy that she's now trying to say did it, his name sounds nothing like Sean Carter. You know, so I'm starting to believe that there's some validity to this, that Jay-Z's team might be going after her because now she's talking about suing YouTubers, which is comical because, again, she's went from platform to platform to platform, you know, talking about her grievances with Jay-Z and the industry and all of these people. And now she wants to play the lawsuit game. I don't even know what to think anymore. It's insane. The way things are getting so convoluted. It is insane. This is why I say let things play out in the wash. Let things play out in the courtroom. If people are guilty of this, bring the evidence. Try them in a court of law. That's the only information I'm looking for. What is going to happen when they go to court? All of this stuff that's going on with Tony Busby, Jaguar Wright, I think the lady's name is Adria. I forgot the other lady's name who pretended to be the D&G girl. It is too much. And I really fear what's about to happen is that they're going to start coming after a lot of these YouTubers for platforming these people. Because the same way they went after Piers Morgan and he had to, you know, make a retractment within 24 hours, don't think that they can't come after you for giving these folks a platform and letting them just pull anything out their ass to go viral. You hold some responsibility there if you're going to platform people and not vet them properly. It's starting to look really crazy. And Jay-Z even said in his first statement, you know, he was calling out psychics. One of the main psychics that's been talking is Sloan Bella. So I just hope a lot of these people who are saying all this stuff, I hope a lot of them have receipts for what they are saying. Because I think that's really going to be what's happening. This is going to usher in a form of censorship for independent media. Because again, nobody is vetting these stories. They're just letting people come on their platforms and just get their roll on. Just say whatever. As long as they're getting clicks and views, that's all these people care about. And it's a shame. And what I've noticed is that a lot of these mainstream media people like Chris Cuomo, Piers Morgan, now they're starting to dive into these conspiracies and into these, you know, rabbit holes because they have the money, they have the platforms. They want people to now get their so-called tea and conspiracies from them. And let's shut down all of these YouTubers who have built their platforms from the ground up. So it's getting really crazy, and I just hope that people understand that there are consequences for knowingly platforming liars. So let's go ahead and get the discussion popping, you guys. I want to know your opinion on all of this craziness that's going on with Jay-Z, the Diddy situation. How do y'all feel about this NBC interview that came out last night? Do you feel like this woman is clearly lying and Tony Busby dropped the ball by not properly vetting? How do you feel about this stuff that's coming out with Jaguar Wright, with her accusing people of putting words in her mouth and using AI? And then I'm hearing that her and Storm Monroe have fallen out. So it's a lot of mess. Like I said, I had no idea all of this was even going on until somebody sent me a super chat on my live stream saying that she was walking back a lot of her stuff. So I don't know. The whole thing is just unfortunate. I really hope that, you know, if this is true and they're trying to take her to court, she has receipts for everything that she's been saying over the past 2-3 years. So let's go ahead and get the discussion popping. Go ahead and leave a comment down below. Let me know your thoughts on all of this craziness that's going on social media. And what do you think should happen to these people who are lying? Because like I stated months ago, if these people who are filing claims are lying and muddying up the waters, they should be arrested and prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. Point blank, period. I have no sympathy for liars. So let me know your thoughts. I look forward to reading them down below. Make sure you guys hit this video with a like. Feel free to share the video. And most importantly, make sure you still subscribe to the channel. I'll talk to y'all later. Deuces.
If you want the latest news in the streets, join us and tune in for the tea. Breaking news with integrity. So tell your friends and your family. It's the Lovelyti TV show, bringing you good tea and good vibes. It's the Lovelyti TV show. Be sure to share, like, and subscribe.